Hey guys, Josh from soccerreviewsforyou.com, bringing you my review plus on-feet video of the Nike Premier in the new limited edition triple black colorway. Now this particular colorway release from Nike has not released in the US. It's only available in the UK as well as Europe at this point in time. Will we see a US release? Honestly, at this point, I highly doubt it, but they are still available if you want to order out of the UK. I'll leave a little pop-up on screen as well as a link down below in the description. That'll take you to the review page on my website where you'll find buy now links to buy these things at about $120 US, which is actually the standard retail price for the regular black and white colorway of the Nike Premier. So for a limited edition release, that's actually not too bad of a deal. Now, in regards to the colorway itself, this being the triple black variation, I think this is what a lot of Nike Premier followers have wanted since the shoe first came out in 2014, or it might have been 2013. It was a little while ago now, but nonetheless, it's all black. So basically what would normally be white swooshes and a white sole plate are now fully blacked out. So all black upper, black liner, black insole, and then you get this really cool looking matte black sole plate with the gloss black studs. Super sleek, super low profile. I think a very fitting colorway for this style of shoe. And the shoe is so simple and so clean that to make it all black, again, I just think it works extremely well. I'm a big fan, but let me know what you guys think of this colorway down below in the comment section. Now, from a performance standpoint, I really think that the Nike Premier is one of the more underrated shoes out there. I think, one, a lot of people just don't know about the existence of this shoe just because it doesn't get very much marketing attention unless a new limited edition colorway comes out. But the second reason why is just because of the price point. It's $120 at full retail in the regular white and black colorway, and I think a lot of people just see that price point and automatically assume that it's a takedown model and something that is not on the same level as, say, the Nike Tiempo Legend 6. And to a certain extent, it isn't like the Legend 6. That's more of Nike's modern take on kind of a more traditionally styled leather shoe, or something with a leather upper with a lot of modern elements, which is exactly what the Legend 6 is, and a shoe that I think is very, very good. I do prefer the Legend 6 over the Premier, for those that are wondering, but at $120, this is unparalleled in terms of the quality that you're getting. The Nike Premier is more so Nike's competitor to the Adidas Copa Mundial, a shoe that is very traditional. It's been around for a long time. It's kind of a no-nonsense style design, but there's also a lot of old school, slightly outdated aspects of the Copa. Still a very wearable shoe, but I think a lot of people who are perhaps part of the younger generation and have never worn a more old school shoe, they'll put on a Copa and think, hey, these are comfortable, but they feel a little bit sloppy. That's kind of where the Nike Premier, I guess, improves upon that shoe to a certain extent. You're getting that classic high quality leather upper across the entire shoe, but at the same time it has more of a modern shape and a modern fit profile that I think more people who are used to wearing newer shoes are going to prefer a lot more over something like a Copa. Now, as far as design is concerned and tech specs, this is very, very straightforward. There's not a whole lot going on. They kept things very simple, which I think is a very good thing. You get a kangaroo leather upper, pretty much spanning the entire shoe. The only synthetic aspect is going to be the tongue itself, which does have a memory foam insert running through the middle, so it matches the thickness of the rest of the leather pretty well. So what you're getting because of this is a premium leather feel across the entire foot. It's very uniform and very consistent. The quality of the leather is definitely on par with what you'll find on the Legend 6. It almost feels identical to me in terms of thickness. But of course you don't have the internal support cage. It's just a standard leather on the outside, liner on the inside setup, which is not a bad thing at all. The laces run through the middle. Again, a very straightforward design. A no flap tongue, which I personally really like. It eliminates any extra bulk across the top of your foot. A standard low cut, which is not too surprising, and an internal plastic heel counter. So design-wise, again, they kept things very, very simple. As far as other mods to the upper, you're not going to find ACC all conditions control as a feature on this particular shoe like you'll find on other top-end models from Nike. But again, that's one of those gimmicky things from Nike at the moment, in my opinion at least. So it's not something that I feel like you're missing out on with the Nike Premier whatsoever. Internally, you're going to find that the shoe does have a nice synthetic suede liner with a really good amount of padding. The suede itself has a nice softness to it that actually does grip your sock quite well, so it really does help to eliminate and cut down on any kind of heel slippage. As far as the insole is concerned, it's fully removable. You can see it right here. Mesh liner on top, and it's just a single layer of this black foam Nothing too fancy, but it definitely does get the job done. As far as weight is concerned, because I know that's something that a lot of people are concerned with modern high-end soccer shoes. It is size 9.5 US. This particular pair, brand new condition, weighs in at about 8.5 ounces, which is actually a touch lighter than the Legend 6 in the same size. So not different enough to where these feel significantly lighter than a pair of Legends, but at 8.5 ounces, while not super light, definitely not heavy either. And again, in comparison to something like a Copa Mundial, 8.5 ounces is pretty good. Certainly not a heavy feeling shoe on feet. In regards to the sole plate and stud pattern, they kept things very simple here. It's a pretty standard TPU plastic sole plate with a really good amount of flexibility to it, just giving the shoe a very natural sensation when you wear these on your feet. There's not a lot of restrictiveness in that there's nothing that's too stiff on the shoe overall. And as far as the stud pattern is concerned, it's pretty much the same layout you're going to find from the Tiempo line, just with all conical studs. You don't have the bladed studs under the heel. And the studs themselves, this being a firm ground variation, are a touch shorter than what you're going to find on the Tiempo line. So with that in mind, it's not quite as aggressive in terms of traction, but you're a little bit lower to the ground, arguably a little bit more stable because of that. And it works well. There's nothing that's too crazy about the design itself, but it definitely does work. And again, in comparison to something like a Copa, where the studs are pushed more towards the inside, these are pushed more towards the outside, like you'll find from most modern shoes. So the traction is much more aggressive. Plus you get these little teeth at the tip of the toe, which I always thought was a cool little kind of idea. Not really sure that it does anything performance-wise, but I think it's a nice little kind of modern touch to what is otherwise a very simple kind of traditionally styled shoe. Now, in terms of fit, let's get to that right now. This shoe really doesn't require much in the way of break-in time. The leather is super soft out of the box, and there's not really much to break in. It's more so just allowing the shoes to mold to your foot and just give you the softness and comfort level that you would expect from this style of shoe. Now you can see here on the right shoe I have a pair of wide black reflective SR4U replacement laces. Goes with the shoe really nicely. If you are interested in a pair of replacement laces for yourself, the website to go to is www.sr4ulaces.com. There'll be a little pop-up on screen, as well as a link down below in the description to the website itself. So if you're interested in the pair, be sure to go ahead and check that out. Now something that I really like about the Nike Premier, which I guess isn't a super unique feature, but it's something that we don't see as much of anymore with a lot of modern soccer shoes, is a nice deep lacing system. So because the laces run fairly deep into the forefoot, you're allowed to tighten the shoe really precisely. So because there's a lot of lace holes, you can really kind of section by section tighten the shoes and get a nice secure fit, which is kind of extra important with this particular shoe, just because it is a natural leather upper with no major reinforcement. So as they stretch out, you'll find that you'll have to tighten the shoes a little bit more as they break in, but you're still able to get the nice tightness that you would want from this style of shoe because of this deeper lacing system. So again, when you put these on, I think the first impression that pretty much everyone's going to have is that the shoes are super soft, super flexible, and just extremely comfortable. This is one of those shoes that if you put these on and say they're uncomfortable, I think you're lying, because again, everything is just so nice, so flexible. There's really no restrictiveness to this shoe. It has a very pure sensation on your feet. Again, a really good example of how comfortable and how soft a premium kind of more traditionally styled leather shoe can be. Now, in regards to width, these aren't overly tight fitting, they're not overly narrow either. As long as you get the right size, these are going to fit just about anybody, and if you do need them to stretch, they're going to stretch. It really is based on the shape of your foot. The shoe will adapt based on, again, how they fit out of the box. So you want them to fit snug. It's not one of those shoes you want to buy with a lot of extra growing room, because you do run the risk of them overstretching. As far as sizing is concerned, they run about a half size small, just like the Tiempo line. So instead of wearing my usual size 9 US, I bumped it up to a 9.5, and the fit and the length is absolutely perfect. So if you are looking to order a pair of these for yourself, I would strongly recommend going a half size up in order to achieve the best possible fit. So that is pretty much it, guys, for the Nike Premier in the triple black colorway. Again, if you're interested in a pair of these for yourself, there'll be a little eye in the corner of the screen, or you can click the first link down below in the description. That'll take you to the review page on my website, where you'll find buy it now links at about $120 US. If you have any questions regarding this shoe, leave them down below in the comment section, and I definitely will get an answer out to you. If you enjoyed today's video, found it helpful and informative, be sure to support it with a like. Subscribe if you haven't already for daily videos on all the latest and greatest soccer gear. You can find all of my social media information linked in the description as well. And other than that, guys, hope you enjoyed today's video. As always, thanks for watching.